Good afternoon to wherever you are tuned in from around the world, and welcome to a brand new season of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia, held for the first time here at the Sepang International Circuit. This exciting sprint race promises not just a new venue, but bigger thrills and excitement as before. So we can all embrace ourselves for some high-octane action at this world-class circuit. Now, this Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia will be the first of the 3 rounds happening here at the Sepang International Circuit, with the second round taking place later at 6 p.m. local time. As you can see, the wide shot of this wonderful circuit where 7 drivers will battle it out to earn their right here in Sepang. Now, who will reign supreme? We are about to find out. Stay tuned with us as we prepare for race 1 of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. As we have a look at the track, the safety car from where I am seated is already on a standby to lead these 7 field drivers out on a track in just a little while. We have 3 categories being competed here this afternoon. They are the Pro, Pro-Am and GT4 category. So 7 drivers, not a big field, but I can guarantee you that it is a high quality field made up of youth and experience. A lot of drivers who have so much of accomplishment among themselves, looking to make a name at this circuit for the first time. This is, of course, the 3rd season of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. The previous 2 seasons were held at the Mandalika International Circuit in Indonesia. But this time around, our competitors will be battling out in a much longer Sepang circuit as compared to the Mandalika International Circuit. That is 4.313 kilometers long, as compared to the Sepang International Circuit that stretches over 5.5 kilometers. Sepang Circuit made up of 15 corners and 8 straights. It offers plenty of overtaking opportunities. As we see the 5-minute board go up, preparing for the drivers to come out of their respective garages. We have some action where even the birds are enjoying the day out in Sepang. It's been clear skies so far, pristine conditions for racing. It does tend to turn a little bit cloudy towards midday, but so far that has not been the case. Hot temperatures, of course, has its own challenges. It brings about a different sort of a race experience compared to a wet race, but I'm sure most of the drivers would rather race in dry conditions. Now, 6 of the 7 driver field will be racing in the 911 GT3 Cup, with only Todd Kingsford doing his battle in the Porsche 718 Cayman. And this is the fastest man on qualifying so far. Jafar Budihardo of Risky Motorsport. Budihardo, of course, really established himself by clocking 2 minutes and 8 seconds in the last round of qualifying, going as fast as 155 kilometers, just to give you an indication of how fast these cars can go. You expecting to see speeds between 150 to 160 kilometers an hour. It's car number 10, David Jaja. David Jaja also is only 20 years old, but has already collected a lot of accomplishment in the GT4 category. Now stepping up to the 911 GT3 Cup category. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares. You have it, car number 83, that's Lucas Dwi Ananda. Lucas, of course, your 2023 Pro-Am champion. Scored over 100 points last season, 3 podium finishes, 2 runner-up finishes. Looking to build on that accomplishment from last season. Lucas from the Engine Plus Motorsport, and car number 11 that you see is Hendrik Jaya Surwati. Hendrik from the Rukita Racing Team is your 2024 Pro-Am champion. He will also see action in the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia. As they take their machines out on this formation lap, rather a warm-up lap. So just to fill you in on the regulations of this race, it will be a rolling start race with 1 formation lap, and if the race marshal's safety control is happy with that formation lap, we will go green soon after. See Lucas Grinanda, who was 5th fastest in qualifying. He clocked a time of 2 minutes and 12 seconds. We'll be looking to better that time when we go green in just a short while. David Jaja was 2nd fastest in the 3rd qualifying, just 2 seconds behind Dafa, clocking a time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. You see the teams just putting the final finishing touches onto the respective machines. So besides the drivers that I mentioned, we also have Yui Tan. Yui Tan, an experienced driver who is making his debut entry in the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. He's no stranger to the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia, being crowned champion in 2015 and finishing a runner-up in 2017. And we also have Hu Bo from China, who's racing with the FAPS 78 team. Hu Bo, of course, already has collected a victory this year at the 12th hour of a Sepang GT3 AM winner, and also finished as finished on the podium at the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia. You have it, Hugo from China. So a lot of battles that we are expecting to see here in this round 1 of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia Season 3. As the cars take their places, see the 10-minute board go up. So looking again at the Sepang International Circuit, as I mentioned earlier, made up of 5.543 kilometers, a total of 15 corners with 2 back straights at turn 14 and 15. Can tell you that turns 1 to 3 itself will provide a tricky test for all 7 drivers due to the sharp nature of the turns. And turn 6 has always been an interesting battle between drivers as they come through to turn 5 and turn 14 and 15, providing that overtaking opportunities, especially when drivers are jostling for positions coming into the finish line.
Yes.
Risky motorsport.
So the pressure should be good. Yep.
Being represented here by Jafar Budiharjo, fastest man in qualifying, third qualifying
careful with the curve,
earlier.
because you're still low, you are running low on pressure, so you careful with
But
the
all
curve.
drivers, all these competitors were not that far off among each other in qualifying. Just 7 seconds separating Jafar and also Todd Kingsford. So we can expect an intense battle. We can expect a competitive race. This is Hendrik Jaya of the Rukita Racing, competing in the Pro-Am category. I can tell you that this Porsche 911 GT3 Cup is a race-focused version of the 911, specifically designed for racing events. It's known for its high-performance, pure racing capabilities and aggressive look. So that tells you so much about the machine that is capable of providing us with high octane action here at the Sepang International Circuit. This is David Jaja, only 20 years old, but has already made a name for himself in the GT4 category. In fact, he won all his races in that category. Such a talented driver, now stepping up a class to the 911 GT3 Cup. And with this being an Indonesian-based race, most of the competitors are from Indonesia. We do have a couple of invitational drivers, that being Hubo, Yui Tan, Todd Kingsford.
Loud and clear, man.
There we have it, Yui Tan. Not just a race car star, he's also a triathlete. I've checked out his Instagram page and he's just full of action. When he's not racing, he's competing in other sports events. An amazing athlete who's making his debut in this Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. Lucas Dwinanda, racing in the Pro-Am category with Engine Plus Motorsport. Lucas also really done well for himself in the last 2 seasons, winning the 2023 Pro-Am, finishing as vice champion last year. And this is Todd Kingsford, the only man to race in the 718 Cayman GT4 RS Club Sport.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Yes, try to stay with them.
Todd Kingsford also making his debut here in this championship. So you can see clear skies, dry track. We are ready to go for action very shortly. Hubo composing himself before getting ready for action. So the safety car will take us on a formation lap. One formation lap before it peels off and we go green. So the champion for this race will receive 25 points. Second place will receive 20 points. Third place will receive 16 points. Fourth place 12 points. Fifth place 10 points. Sixth place will receive 8 points. And seventh place will receive 6 points. But just a note here that only the Indonesian drivers will receive points. The point system is not applicable to the guest drivers competing here today. However, if they do finish on the podium and they do end up as champion, they will receive a trophy. That is guaranteed. So a lot at stake here. Honors, bragging rights, and also to start off the latest season of this acclaimed championship with a trophy. Who will reign supreme? Let us see. Some of the competitors' families are also out in action, not wanting to miss out. Looking on, all smiles. It's happy days here at the Sepang International Circuit. Of course, kicking off a flurry of activities, a flurry of races that's been ongoing the whole day today, not just today, but tomorrow as well. For the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia race, we have round 1 and round 2 today, and round 3 will complete the action at the Sepang International Circuit before the race heads back to Indonesia at the Mandalika International Circuit. But all the action is concentrated here this weekend. All pit crew members, team members, mechanics have all left the grid. As you can see, we are ready to get on this formation lap and get things underway. And safety car begins its journey, and the roars of the engine follows as these 7 drivers look to make their way in a staggered position around this Sepang International Circuit. This would be the first test around turn 1 rather. As you can see how sharp that turn is, coming into turn 2 and 3. Turn 4 is usually when these drivers begin to establish some sort of advantage. And here we have it, the lineup for today. So Dafa Budiharjo in Rizky Motorsport is in pole, followed by second place Hendrik Jaya Sowati, David Jaja in third place, Yui Tan in fourth place, Lucas Dwinanda in fifth, Todd Kingsford in sixth, and Kubo completes your 7-driver classification. Just to get a final feel of the track, just to warm up those engines, warm up those tires, mentally prepare themselves for the action that's about to unfold. You see one of these sweeping turns as they come into turn 9. This is another sharp turn that promises a lot of action. Halfway through the Sepang International Circuit. track. As they come through to another wide turn. We've seen a lot of cars drift in earlier races in that particular turn. As they make their way to the starting line. Here at turn 14. This would be the last bend, heading into the final straight. So we are in for 25 minutes of action, and there will be one extra lap after that 25 minutes as we prepare to go green real soon. And we are green as the drivers take off for the first round of the Porsche Sprint International Challenge. Jafar Budiharjo leading that way as he comes into turn 1. Will he be able to hang on to that lead? And that's Hendrik Jaya and David Jaja in close contention as they all jostle for positions. Gets away with relative comfort. Jafar done really well. Jafar Budiharjo of Risky Motorsport. And we have Hendrik Jaya and David Jaya in close contention in second and third place. In fourth, we have Yui Tan, Lucas Dwinanda in fifth, Todd Kingsford in sixth, and Hubo in seventh. Of course, all these positions will change over the course of the next 23 minutes, but currently there is your leader in that unmistakable purple car, Risky Motorsport, Jafar Budiharjo, and Hendrik Jaya just clinging on to second place. He's given great competition by David Jaja, making his debut here, of course. David Jaja as they navigate their way through that sweeping corner. Jafar looking comfortable. He's posted the fastest time of all three sectors so far. As they come through to the completion of the first lap, we'll see how much of an advantage Jafar Budiharjo currently has over the chasing pack. It is all really close. There you can see confirmation. He holds a 3.5 second lead, having completed all 4 sectors with the fastest time, also posting the fastest lap time of 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Of course, Hendrik Jaya is just a fraction behind, followed by David Jaja. But Jafar Budiharjo slowly beginning to open up daylight between him and the chasing pack. Can Hendrik and David try and mount a challenge? Of course, Jafar is competing in the Pro category alongside David Jaja. There are 4 drivers competing in the Pro-Am category. And there we have it, a battle for second place in the Pro-Am category between Hendrik Jaya and David Jaja. And here we have the replay. Oh, there was a touch there. But positions maintained. Hendrik still holds that marginal advantage over David Jaja. Is this a driver's look to try and develop develop some sort of stranglehold to cement their positions. Doing really well. Just a marginal advantage he has over the chasing Jaja. But look at the gap that Jafar Budihario has opened up. He's just slowly beginning to peel away from the rest of the competitors as they come through to a turn of 15. Friends and family of Yuitan looking along, watching along. So Jafar Budihario completes the second lap very much in front. He's posted the fastest lap, 2 minutes and 11 seconds. So he's lapping 2 seconds faster than the chasing pack. David Jaja, I can tell you, has now overtaken Hendrik Jaya into second place. So we have 2 drivers in the pro category who are currently leading the race. Hendrik Jaya has dropped to third. He leads the Pro-Am category, currently in third place. That's the battle for 6th place between Kubo and Lucas Nanda. Todd Kingswood slowly trying to make his way from the back of the pack. Will he be able to do so? As they come through to turn 9 and 10. Jafar Budihario currently has opened up a 6-second advantage over David Jaja, and this is the battle for third place in the Pro-Am category between Lucas Guinanda and Hubo. They are separated by a fraction of a second. Yuitan currently in second in the Pro-Am category. He's trying to make ground on Hendrik Jaya. Currently leads that Pro-Am category. So we see the drivers just completing their third laps. Jafar still very much in the lead. Again, he's bettered his lap time from earlier. He's now posted at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Again, going fastest, really topping the charts at this point, leaving the rest of the competitors in his wake. Lucas and Hubo battling it out for third place in the Pro-Am category. It is sweltering conditions out there that in itself poses a challenge for these drivers as they acclimatize themselves to the Sepang International Circuit. Remember, this is the first time that they are racing outside of Indonesia. And of course, while the climate between both countries can be similar, Malaysia has its own challenges. Like I mentioned earlier, it can go from sweltering heat to a sudden drop in temperature, but currently it's at its hottest. And as the drivers try to contend with their competitors, they are also trying to compete with the conditions out there. Yuitan still trying to make up ground to Hendrik Jaya. He trails 2 seconds. But look at Jafar Budihario, who is now really coasting at this point, really continuing the momentum that he set in qualifying, where he was the fastest driver. He's just brought that same form do this championship. Hugo currently in 4th place. Will he be able to try and make up ground on Lucas Dwinanda? That's another battle that's been taking place from earlier. There's also been a warning for Lucas Dwinanda. They come through to turns 2 and 3. This is where they really get to step on it. This is where they really get to develop an advantage. So you can see that straights, which gives them ample of opportunity to try and build that advantage before they have to slow down at these sweeping turns. 15 minutes left to go as Dafa makes his way through to turn 9. He can afford a little bit of luxury on the accelerator. Looking at the time that he has opened up, a whopping 7 seconds. Best lap time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. It's just a competition between himself now. If he can better that lap time in this coming lap. Started off with a 2:12, bettered it with a 2:10. If we are going through the form, we might even see a 2:9 or a 2:8. Dafa is just very much in a class of his own at this point. Second place, David Jaja, the 20-year-old, trying to make a name for himself in this championship, trying to make a name for himself this afternoon, building on a stellar last season, which saw him win all his races. Now stepping up to a new class, but of course Hendrik Jaya will try and get that second spot. He of course leads that Pro-Am category, but he'll try to see if he can seal a second spot overall. It remains to be seen as we come to the last 13 minutes of this race. David Jaja has shaved off the advantage of Dafa Budihario by 200ths of a second. So David is going slightly faster. In fact, he's just clocked the last fastest lap. He's gone faster than Dafa Budihario. Will we be able to see better lap times from David Jaja? More importantly, will it be enough for him to try and overtake Dafa? It's the battle for 5th place overall. This long-standing battle that has been going on for the last 17 minutes between Lucas and also Hugo. Hugo doing his best to try and get that 5th place. Lucas very much in control, hanging on to that 5th place. He's currently in 3rd in that Pro-Am category, clocking 2 minutes and 13 seconds in his last lap. He stayed competitive throughout so far, doing just enough to keep Hugo in that rear. Hugo could yet mount a bigger challenge in this last 11 minutes, perhaps just preferring to play catch up for now. Maybe he might try and have a look on the inside line. Not just yet. Did really well by Lucas to just shut him off there and maintain that marginal advantage. It's all about closing the gaps, sticking to the racing line, and shutting off any space to keep your closest competitor at bay, and that's what Lucas Gwinanda has done exceptionally well so far to guarantee that podium finish as of now as we come into the last 10 minutes of this race. Will Hubo find a gap, find a space, find a weakness in the armory of Lucas Gwinanda? Looks to have half a vehicle on Lucas, and will he be able to do it on the inside? But well done to Lucas, who shut him off coming into that turn 9 and 10. This has been the most interesting battle so far that has transpired here at the Sepang International Circuit. This battle for a third spot in the Pro-Am category. Still very much conquered by Lucas Gwinanda. But Hubo is refusing to relent. He's just on the tail of Lucas, trying to find an exploit. Will he be able to do here as they come through the turn 15? He might have a peep on the inside, but again, Lucas does well, shuts him off, keeps that turn tight, and swiftly moves back into that racing line. Hubo might try on the inside, coming into turn 1, and will he be able to do so? He finally does. Hubo takes the lead in turn 1 of the 7th lap. A slight, perhaps lapse of concentration from Lucas, and Hubo was onto him like a flash. So now it's Lucas's turn to play catch up as we look at how Hubo did it. He found that gap on the inside line, made sure he made that inside line his, and left no gaps to be exploited, coming through to turn 2 to now take third place in that Pro-Am category. And the tables are turned. Can Lucas now try and wrestle back that advantage, wrestle back third spot? He has all of 8 minutes to do so. Meanwhile, at the top, Dafa Budihario continues to lead the standings. He is still in top spot. This car, number 45, Team Risky Motorsport, very much in cruise control with a 7.7 second advantage over David Jaja, who's done really well for himself in second place. Both these drivers look set. Of course, Dafa is on course for first victory here. Todd Kingsford still doing his best. He's the only one competing in the GT4 category. The Australian perhaps just looking to build some experience here. Of course, there is plenty of opportunities to better the achievements in the next 2 races, but Dafa Budihario very much in a class of his own. He's just dropped off the pace just a little bit, because the fastest lap time currently belonged to David Jaja, but Dafa Budihario has not let top spot slip since we went green almost 24 minutes ago. He's just been a class of his own, David Jaja will be satisfied with second place, I presume, being his first ever race in this Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. Of course, he has another 2 races after this to try and resume this rivalry with Dafa. He's also just really been a consistent performer here this afternoon. Really steady driving. You can see why he was highly revered in his previous race, where he had won all his races last year. And unfazed by the competition ahead of him. He's just gone out there and looks to finish in second place overall. Hendrik Jaya, currently your Pro-Am leader. Hendrik Jaya of Rukita Racing. Also not been given too much of a competition in this category. He's done really well, Hendrik, to maintain that pace. Posted a best lap time of 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Yui Tan in 4th place. On course for a podium finish as well, Yui. You see the field spread out a little bit as compared to when we started early on, when they were all bunched up together. This is the distance between Yui and Hugo. Hugo, I have to say, has been really doing well since he overtook Lucas not too long ago. He's also stepped up the pace and currently trails Yui by not so far, less than 2 seconds. Will Hugo be able to get second spot? Will he be able to wrestle a second spot? With just over 3 minutes left to go, Hugo has now really come into his own. He's positioned himself in a great place to try and wrestle that second spot from Yui Tan. It's been one of the highlights so far. The performance of Hugo, which saw him trail Lucas Dwinanda for most parts of the earlier race, before finding his opportunity on lap 7, which saw him capitalize to take the lead, and he's just gone on from strength to strength as he comes through to turn 15, looking to try and perhaps have a peep at Yui on this back straight. Will he be able to do so? If there is a time for Hugo to try and get that second spot, it is now. This is where he found joy earlier on turn 1. But Yui's composed. He's an experienced driver. He knows what to do. He's going to try and just keep it as composed, as consistent as possible. And that's all he needs to do to hang on to that second spot in order to clinch that podium finish in the Pro-Am category. This is currently the battle of the race. The battle for second spot in the Pro-Am category. Will Hugo be able to do it? Hendrik Jaya looks comfortable enough to take top spot in the Pro-Am category. He's just going to leave Hugo and Yui Tan to battle it out. And that gap has not changed. Credit to Yui, he's not allowed Hugo to get any closer. But this man has not allowed anyone to even come within his car shadow, as we have confirmation of the final lap. Dafa Budihario has completed 11 laps and is very much in cruise control with almost a 10 seconds advantage over David Jaja. As you can see, he's just comfortable there on his own. As we see Hugo, who is within a shout coming into turn 15. He might be able to have a crack at Yui Tan on this back straight. Will he be able to take that inside line? Will he take that inside line? He moves towards that inside line, looking to try and get it. But Yui does well, keeps it tight. Turn 2. And again, does well. Pass to turn 3. This is the final lap. This is where Hugo's going to go all out. He's going to have to take risks. He's going to have to throw the kitchen sink at Yui and see what happens. Henrik Jaya, I don't think, will be too perturbed about what's unfolding behind him. He's guaranteed top spot in that Pro-Am category if he just maintains this position, this driving style. So we see Dafa Budihario just coasting through. Halfway through his last lap, as he looks to take his first win here in Sepang, outside the shores of Indonesia. Budihario, fastest man in qualifying, now looks on course to be your fastest driver of round 1 of this Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia, as he completes his final bend. And there we have it. Dafa Budihario takes top spot and wins the round 1 of Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia by a whopping 10 seconds. David Jaja does well for himself, finishes in a 2nd place. Henrik Jaya poised to finish as champion of the Pro-Am category. And Yui Tan also will feel mighty proud of himself, holding off the competition from Hugo to take 2nd spot in the Pro-Am category. Hugo, of course, completing the podium finish in 3rd spot. But there you have it, your champion for round 1, Dafa Budihario. An exceptional drive from him with a total of 26 minutes. Really in cruise control, in commanding fashion from start to end. As soon as we went green from the first turn, he set the pace and he never let up. And as hard as David Jaja tried, he could not match the quality. It's a good learning experience for David Jaja, who's making his debut here in this Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. And he will, of course, try and have a pop at his competitor in the 2nd round later this evening. Confirmation of the champion in the Pro-Am category goes to Henrik Jaya. Also a very consistent performer, Henrik of Rukita Racing. And this was the battle that really enchanted us in the final few laps of this race. The battle for a 2nd spot in the Pro-Am category between Yui Tan and Hugo. Both drivers really put on an accelerating performance. And Yui's experience stood out. He had the composure and he sealed that 2nd spot. The champion moves into seated. As you can see, handshakes, smiles all around. What an amazing performance from Dafa Butihario. 12 laps, the best lap time he's posted, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. He was the fastest man in lap time, fastest man in terms of driving, and most importantly, fastest man to cross the checkered flag. All 7 drivers have now pulled up to Park Ferme. And they will, of course, take a breather before we resume the second round in just over 3 hours. Do not forget to join us. Do not forget to stay tuned for the second round. That will be happening at 6 p.m. local time. Smiles all around from the friends and families of the drivers. There we have it, confirmation of the results. Dafa Butihario reigning supreme in the pro category as champion. David Jaja in second spot. Henrik Jaya Sowadi reigns supreme in the Pro-Am category, or rather David Jaja is champion in the Pro-Am category. Henrik Jaya takes second spot. Yui Tan in fourth place. Hubo in fifth place overall. Lucas Dwinanda in sixth spot, and Todd Kingsford in seventh place. And this was how it unfolded at the first round of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. As you can see on the top of your screen, Dafa Butihario started off in explosive fashion, taking the lead. And it was a lead that he would never let up. This was a battle in the Pro-Am category between Henrik Jaya and this battle for second place would go on for the coming 6 laps as friends and family look on. Dafa Butihario would be in a class of his own. He would really dominate this race from start to finish and just kept bettering his lap times. Henrik Jaya would finish top in that Pro-Am category, and this was a battle that really captured the attention between Hubo and Lucas Dwinanda. Here we see how Hubo managed to find the gap to exploit and eventually took third place. But the day, or rather the first round, belonged to Dafa Butihario. Yui Tan would have to really fight tooth and nail to maintain a second spot in that Pro-Am category as Hubo came all guns blazing. But Dafa Butihario was not to be perturbed because he was left by himself to coast to a victory and claim round 1 of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. Still a lot of action in Park Fermi as the drivers recount their experience, recount how it unfolded to their teammates. So we are going to have a podium ceremony. Do stick around to see the coronation of our champions in this category, in this first round. It has been an exhilarating afternoon. We started off with clear skies and a warm, blazing temperature. But I can tell you that the temperatures have dipped just a little bit. And we'll see what the weather has in store for us when the second round takes place, just in about 3.5 hours.
That's a WhatsApp sticker. David. Foto. Thank you. Ah, nice. Look there. Yeah. Peace. Nice. Thank you.
All right, so here we have the overall champion prize giving ceremony. Third place won by Hendrik Jaya Swawadi, who finished top in the Pro-Am category. David Jaja, the 20-year-old, finishing second. And of course, your champion, Jafar Budihario of Risky Motorsport, lofting that silverware high amid the downpour that has now descended at the Sepang International Circuit. These three drivers wouldn't mind it a single bit. Rain or sun, they are your top three performers in round one of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. And now we go to the prize giving ceremony of the Pro-Am category. And third place goes to Hubo of the 610 Racing Fab 78. A magnificent effort from Hubo. Yuitan takes a second spot. All smiles, Yuitan, after fending off the challenge of Hubo. And of course, Hendrik Jaya takes a top spot. Hendrik Jaya of Rukita Racing tops the Pro-Am category. All three drivers, all smiles. And not forgetting the GT4 category. Mr. Todd Kingsford, you're up. Congratulate yourself, you are number one indeed. The sole performer of the GT4 category. But you get a prize too. That's right, number one in his class. And he's all smiles, he's thoroughly enjoying that with his son, I would presume. Right, so it's been a wonderful round one of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Indonesia. As you can see, the weather has also turned. It's now a downpour, but do not go anywhere. Do join us at 6 p.m. local time as we come back for a round two. Till then, goodbye.